In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Oh my God, I am not ready to do a show yet. Oh, give me 5 more minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Welcome to the program, everyone. I have some great news for you tonight. A lot of good things to talk about on tonight's program. Welcome again. I just got out of the shower. I just did my what's left of my hair. Oh, it has been a whirlwind afternoon. Did the morning show. Mailed out a bunch of stuff to some fans. Went to the gym, did some boxing, and then I chilled for a little bit until I realized, fuck, man, I don't have a costume for tomorrow, and I should dress up for the show, right? I should dress up for Halloween for the show. So I look, I don't want you. I don't want to show you what the costume is yet. I want you to just tune in tomorrow and see it. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to enjoy the costume for tomorrow. We have a lot of news to talk about. We have a lot of goofy shit to get into. It's the final evening show of the week, so we're not going to get too heavy, too deep. But like I said, fucking whirlwind of a day. Some things I can tell you about, some things I can't. Just know I got some news before the show that shook me up. I'm fine. My family's fine. SP is fine. Everyone here is fine. Everything's good. I got some information that just shook me up a little bit. That's it. It kind of made it a little hard to focus on doing the show. None of it is bad for me. None of it is bad for my family, friends, extended people, anything. It's just sometimes you just hear some shit and you go, oh my God. I had that going on. And then I was changing over. Remember I told you this morning about the phone situation? Remember I said that I've been, April and I have still been on the same phone plan this whole time. And I've been meaning to, be done with that. That actually had a pretty nice ending today. It took a while to get there, but it had a nice ending. I went into Verizon today and I said, look, when I put all the devices on this account, April was the owner and I didn't have any reason to change that. It was fine, whatever. I said, now I need to get my thing and my children's devices off onto their own account. And they said, well, you can't do that. And they said, but we can make you an account manager and then maybe we can go from there. And I said, okay, great. And then they made me an account manager. And then immediately after they make me an account manager, like a minute later, 2 minutes later, I get a notification that not only have I been booted as an account manager, but I've been blocked from my Verizon account. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Until I realized like 5 minutes later, then the permission was granted to release all of my lines onto their own account. So that was good. I got that taken care of today. thank you to the person who did that. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Made that very easy. I was worried it wouldn't be. It was nice. I appreciate it. So that was good that I could get that done with. Then I realized, I'm like, I don't have a fucking Halloween costume for tomorrow. I don't have anything to celebrate the holiday with you guys. So I picked that up. I got it. So it's been real like a running around like a chicken with my head cut off situation. And we can settle down and do a show. Plenty to do tonight. We've got some voter intimidation going on. I honestly don't know what party this gentleman belongs to. He's a lunatic with a machete just threatening early voters. I don't know if that would be a Democrat thing, if that would be a Republican thing. Actually, you know what? It sounds a little Green Party-ish. We've also got, we got a clip from Andrew and Sean from Legal Mindset and Potentially Criminal about this, I guess what we call it Moneygate with LawTube, the continuing Moneygate thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. Also, Andrew had some explosive allegations about women, about a certain lawyer and his inappropriate contact with women that shows a disturbing trend. And it makes me wonder, are more DMs coming? Could more DMs be coming out as Andrew reveals to Sean and to his audience that somebody was maybe a little too chatty with the broads, shall we say? We'll get to that a little bit later. And also we've got, those fucking Yankee fans. Did you see, somebody brought it up in the morning chat today. God damn, man. Sometimes, like as a big football fan, I love football, but I love baseball too. I get so hung up on hating Eagle fans and Packer fans that I forget what douchey cunts Yankee fans are. I really do. I'm sorry. And I know I saw someone in the Rumble chat who was absolutely brand new to the show, had never heard of it before. And I saw they had NY in their name. And I'm really sorry. But some of you guys are fucking assholes. And it worse than Eagle fans, I don't know. But they're close. They're close. Raider fans aren't bad. Raider fans are annoying. They're not really dangerous or anything like that. Yankee fans, drunken retards, and Philadelphia Eagles fans, potential felons, every single one of them. So with that, we start tonight's show. Stop Big True. No, it's way more than that. Taste Fairy Ialto says, if you're still planning on going as PPP, how are you going to lose the weight? Fuck you. You know what? I didn't read that right at first. Thank you. Thank you. I misunderstood. I thought you were saying... I read that like he was complimenting me. If you don't know, he's calling me fat. No, I'm not going as PPP. You know, after I got my what do you call it? My costume today. SP sent me a bunch of costume ideas, and God, some of them were better than the ones I got. She said, "Why don't you get a cow costume and then put LOL across it, LOL, and you could go as a LOL cow for Halloween." And I thought, God damn, that would be great. She said, this one I had to pass on because I would feel like a poser and it wouldn't be okay. She said you could go as a farmer, you get a farmer costume and like put some bag of kiwis around your neck or something. You could be a kiwi farmer. Get it? Everybody's having fun. A couple of them were really good ideas. The costume I got, I'm really proud of. I guess it's kind of simplistic. I was really happy with it, but after I read some of her ideas, I'm like, you put more thought into this than I did. But I like it. I think it's good. Also, with Matt gone, I have great news. I'm going to get to some of these super chats. They're very funny. I have great news. I went ahead. I did the math with Matt gone. Well, not good news that Matt's gone, but with Matt gone, the evening show goals will now go down $50 a show. 200 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much. Anytime we save a buck here on Steel Toe, we're going to pass it on to you. So hopefully this makes it a little easier on the evening show audience. I appreciate you guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. You know the drill. Let's go to a couple of these first. Funeral Director with $2 says, where the fuck is Matt at, bro? Matt doesn't do Wednesdays, and Matt's big last day was last night. By the way, Matt walked away with $200 last night. That was pretty good. Julius Presley with $10 says, hey, Aaron, just watched your Be Nice to Clippers clip. It's sad to see you have a nasty falling out with your scorned lover. You know, hell hath no fury like a lawyer scorned. No, you could keep the hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. It fits in this case, too. I think there's nothing, you didn't have to change that. But thank you. I'm glad you watched the clip. By the way, Alyssa clips, Will Heron TV, My Lost Interest, Stalin 19. Oh, God, who am I forgetting? Even that guy who hates me, Doom. All of them great Clippers. Support your local Clippers. They help all of us. Going after Clippers is a really easy way to really get your shit fucked up as a content creator. Because those Clippers do, basically volunteer their time. It's not like a video that gets 2,000 or 3,000 views is going to make you rich. 2,000 or 3,000 views is probably like $25, $35, So it's not like you're going to get wealthy off of it. And, to go after these Clippers and say, you can't clip me, it's good for you, It exposes you to a new audience. They go to your channel. They watch you. They check out your program. Be nice to the Clippers. They're good boys and girls. Especially, like Will Heron is a pro. He's like a professional journalist. He contacts you and asks for permission. Alyssa, I'll say this about Alyssa Clips. I think Alyssa Clips is too nice. I think Alyssa Clips is like she asks more than she needs to, and I appreciate that. I think it's great, but she's really good with the permission thing. I think that's why those DMs got leaked, is because people were so disgusted by someone of all the Clippers to go after. Like, Alyssa Clips was the one that people felt like they should rally around because she is really a pro about it. And also, if it was Doom, nobody would give a shit because nobody likes him. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I joke with Doom. I do. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, R.I.P. Matt, I truly thought they could cure AIDS. Matt does not have AIDS. I want to make that clear right now. Matt does not have AIDS. Matt is fine. Matt moved up in the world very, very nicely, and he's doing great. Matt does not have AIDS. Matt does not have hepatitis. Matt does not have anything bad. Anything bad. Also, Pakistan with $1.99 says, we really don't care about the goal, not our problem. Yeah, but you got it. Funeral Director with $2 says, let's still do a $250 goal and give Matt $50 as a pension. Wait a minute, $50 a night for Matt as a pension? Here, I tell you what. How about this? Tonight also, whatever we go over, we'll give to Matt again. So I'll knock tonight's goal down by $50 forever. It's $50 forever. And anything that goes over will go towards Matt's, what do you call it? Not pension, his severance pay from the program. MSO says Matt has post-steel toe disorder, PSTD. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. And there's no steel toe curse either. People last night, we were talking about Corey and how he stopped streaming shortly after he left the show and everything. I think he went to refocus on comedy and do some other things. People are like, oh, it's a steel toe curse. No, there's no steel toe curse. I promise. Thank you guys for your generosity. 190 is our number tonight. We appreciate you. Never mind, that number just keeps going down. Buffalo Jockey with $1 over on Rumble says, Matt didn't go up. Heaven has basic standards that he didn't meet. He's not. He's not dead. He's fine. It's all good. The man's all right. I promise. Am I going to have to do with Matt what I did with Gordy? Am I going to have to like put Matt up on the table and feed him doggy treats to prove he's alive? I'll do it. I mean, I'll give it a shot, right? It's worth it. Thank you guys for your generosity. Let's get started here, you fucking Yankee fans. I don't know who you're rooting for in the World Series. It's kind of the perfect World Series. It's the one that Major League Baseball probably wishes they could have every year. New York and LA going head to head. Two biggest media markets in the country. It's heaven, really. It would be the NBA would probably want the Knicks and the Lakers to be going at it every year. Football would probably like football's a little different because people will watch the Super Bowl no matter who the fuck is in it. But it matters a little more in basketball and baseball. And they've got New York and LA going at it, the pinstripes versus the blue. And, last night, was it last night? Yeah, last night, a real shitbag move by two asshole Yankee fans. The only positive thing I will say about these Yankee fans that pulled this shit is that they worked together in a way that I've never seen two scumbag shithead fans work together before. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Mookie Betts was going up to make a play, and he did make a play. He caught the ball. I've never seen this before. And two Yankee fans ganged up on him to rip the ball out of his hands, thinking it would not count as an out. Watch this. If you didn't hate Yankee fans before, and if you were on the fence on who to root for in this World Series, this clip should solidify it for you. Look at that. He makes the grab. This fat, drunken asshole starts ripping his glove open.
Grabs his glove.
Look at that. He literally pries it open like it looks like a scene in like a horror movie where they're torturing the guy. He pulls the glove open. Now watch his friend from the right-hand side here.
Other dude
grabs Mookie and holds him up on the wall.
Mookie's hand, and he grabs the ball out. Never seen that before.
Look at that.
Unbelievable. He's grabbing Mookie's hand while the other one has...
And by the way, Mookie is not like standing on the ground. Mookie jumped up to catch that ball, so he's suspended in midair while these guys are hanging him up by his hands. They're just the worst. Yankee fans are just fucking cancer. All of them. I can't, and you know what? I can't afford to make an exception in this case. Look, I get it. Anything you can do to win a World Series, right? Not that. Not two drunken retards basically pulling a mugging on a player. Basically pulling a mugging on Mookie. Mugging on Mookie. Let me see if I can get a full time. I want to see what that looks like in real time. Mookie Betts. I want to see how long that play took. I don't want to play it on the thing because we'll get demonetized for playing the World Series, but the broadcast of it.
Right by Torres. Betts in the corner. Does he have room? Fights with the fan. And they're going to say that it's an out.
Okay, good. They did give him the out. Good. And they kicked that guy the fuck out of there immediately,
and fan interference. So an out, one gone.
Are they really? Look at these two assholes. They're fighting it. I don't want to play. I don't want to hit play on this. I'll play stills, but these two retards are actually arguing that they didn't do anything wrong.
In this first. It's the second time that Gleyber Torres has hit a ball that has ended up in fan interference in this series. He had the home run turned into a double back at Dodger Stadium. And yeah, Betts has that ball in his glove, and this fan literally tries to take his glove off.
Rips it open.
Pries the ball out of there.
And look at this Down syndrome asshole. He's smiling. He's smiling like he just done good. I'm making them at night, Dad.
A for effort.
Well, he won't be watching the game much longer.
Because they're going to shoot him. They're just
He
going
might
no
just
chance.
from a TV.
They're just going to treat him like Lenny from Of Mice and Men and just cap him while he talks about the rabbits. Sounds like a decent way to go about it. Jay Brock and Trey, what a corny joke is. I'm catching a fly ball over here. Why? Was that, and the Yankees ended up fucking winning too, didn't they? Yeah, they did. It's 3-1 Dodgers. I wish the Dodgers would have swept them. I wish they would have pulled it off last night. They deserve to. Coyote giving us the lines for this Saturday and Sunday. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Gophers are favored over the Illini? Get the fuck out of here. Really? Woo, I like this. Big Ten standings. Are they sure about that? I mean, I'm a big I love the Gophers, but I guess we have the same record in the Big Ten. We're both 3-2. But Illinois was ranked up until last week. Their only losses are to number 1 Oregon, number 3 Penn State, and that's it. The only teams they've lost to. Oh, they're still ranked number 24. The only teams they've lost to are the number 1 and number 3 ranked teams in the nation. And we're on the road. Are you sure about Coyote? Is that really the line? That doesn't make any sense to me. Minnesota is -3 in Champaign, Illinois, where the Illini play. The fuck? It makes sense that the Vikings are 5.5-point favorites against the Colts at home on Sunday night. But the Gopher thing does not make any sense. All right. I'll take it. It would also cause me to put money on Illinois. I love my Gophers. But -3 on the road against the number 24 team in the nation. I mean, look, if we pull it off, two things. We'd have beaten another ranked team, and we'd be bowl eligible if we win. Anonymous says Illinois losses are due to 60-plus years of Democratic rule. Oh, thank you for that information. Cocktiff says home field advantage, dummy. We're not at home, dummy. We're on the road. Why would we be 3-point favorites on the road? Now, the Vikings, they get home field advantage. Thank you very much for that $4.99 Coyote. 185 is your number for tonight. Thank you very much for knocking this out for us. It's our last goal of the week for the evening shows. I appreciate that. I'm a little distracted tonight. I got some weird news before the show that kind of threw me for a loop, and I'm still trying to get my bearings off of that. It was very unexpected. And then I'm excited about my costume for tomorrow morning, and I'm excited to take the kids trick-or-treating. But I've got that rushed feeling, you know? I've got that feeling like I'm running behind and I can't catch up. It's fucking strange. Let's go on to some news. Let's get to some stuff. That'll center me. That'll be good. Oh man, I remember the good old days of doing this show. The days where things happened and you could just come on the air and you could blurt them out and you could talk about them, and now there's like 900 different things to think about, and you're like, I can't say that. I can't talk about this. I'll share this with you some other time, but not this. And oh God, it's fucking me up a little bit. It's all good. Like everything's fine, but there's I hate knowing shit. And even though it's inappropriate to discuss on the air, I still know it. Like it's still in my head. And like the kind of show I do, it's so easy to just go bleh and throw it out there, but I can't do that. So, I've always said while doing this show, I've said the worst thing you can do is have something you can't talk about, because you will think about it, it will distract you, it will affect your performance, and it's affecting it right now. I'm running hot in a good way. Running hot. All right, I'm not listening to Triple N. I'm not listening to Richard Head. I'm not listening to any of you. I know that our new left tackle is not out with a blood clot, and I know that Justin Jefferson is not out for the season. However, anytime someone says Justin Jefferson's out for the season, I'm going to Google it just in case. Whew, we're good. Colts can't let Jefferson beat them on Sunday Night Football. You're goddamn right. What do we have? 5-2. And Justin Jefferson has 646 yards. So he's damn near on pace for 1,700 yards this year. Nice. Los Tejas Synthesizer says, who was that Vikings player who got in that car accident today? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. J-Bra says, Slam Piece is a paid informant. The links that girl has to go. Ouch. It's not the case. Triple N says, the real key is to throw a real injury every now and then and keep Aaron on his toes. That's the thing. Like, sometimes you guys will throw a real one in there. You'll be like, hey, breaking news, this just happened. I'll be like, fuck you, it's not true. And I'll go look it up, and shit, he's out. And then there's other times where, like, Triple N does it really well because he'll throw, like, realistic injuries in there. Like the left tackle, Cam Robinson or whatever, his blood clot, that I knew was bullshit right away. But sometimes he'll be like, a non-contact MCL injury. And you'll be like, what kind of autistic fruitcake is going to make that shit up? And then I look it up and I go, oh yeah, my audience. That's what kind of autistic fruitcake would do this. XJX says, we just ignoring Biden trying to eat a baby? What? Joe Biden is, he ate a baby? All I have is the garbage comment. That's what I have for tomorrow. I didn't know that he tried to eat a baby. Well, dude, he's an elderly, powerful person. They all eat babies. Don't you know about that? All the rich, powerful people eat babies. Oh, let's talk a little tonight. I thought you guys all knew. Rich and powerful people. Basically, the reason that we have child trafficking, which is a horrible thing and it should stop. I know Melton probably disagrees with me on this, but I believe it should stop and that it's an evil, terrible, horrible thing. I don't know how he feels about it, but I have hunches. That the elite and powerful people have child trafficking so that the children are stressed out and victimized, which produces more adrenochrome, which keeps the elite young. So then they drink the blood of those babies and take their adrenochrome. What, you didn't know about that one? So, like, if you're sitting here telling me, oh, Aaron, did you see Joe Biden tried to eat a baby today? The only problem that the people in charge have with Joe Biden trying to eat a baby is he's supposed to do that away from cameras. He's not supposed to do it in front of cameras. But there's a catch-22 here because he forgot because he's old and forgetful and he hadn't had his adrenochrome. So he needed adrenochrome to keep himself sharp. The only problem was you can't get the adrenochrome any other way but drinking the blood of babies, and you can't really do that in front of the television cameras or you're going to get in trouble. So therefore, he was really kind of damned if he does, damned if he don't. Yeah, XJX says he needed a fix bad. Exactly. So what's a guy supposed to do? Coyote, I'm just waiting for this stream to get taken down off of YouTube. That's all. Coyote said, with $4.99 says April love, May hate. Guy, hey, I don't think we need to hate anybody. We don't need to hate anybody. We don't need to take any kind of cheap shots there. Like I said, no more pain, no more hurting. Some people have enough bad shit going on. Funeral director with $2 says 2 Vikings players just fucking died in a car crash. See, yeah, you can't pull that one either. It's been overdone. Although Buffalo Jockey did let us know that Kyrie Jackson is ruled out this weekend. You fucking dick. Kyrie Jackson is, of course, ruled out this weekend with being dead. Thank you, pal. Chad Buzamok says, Aaron's stressing he won't make $25 in monetization on this show. No. That's not, no, it's not the monetization thing. What it is that, like, if you get too into conspiracy stuff on YouTube, they'll just shut the stream down. They'll just take the whole thing away. You know? Let's go into PayPal. We got a quick thank you to throw out there. We've broken the seal on PayPal. Let's see if we can do the same on Venmo. I think, yeah, we've had bunches of super chats. We've had bunches of Rumble rants, so we're good there. We've cracked PayPal. Let's go ahead and crack Venmo, and I believe we are 180 away from tonight. So thank you guys very much for all of that. Paul with $1.99 over on PayPal. Thank you, buddy. He says, baby, the other white meat, of course. Thank you, pal. All right, let's calm things. Let's settle in a little bit tonight. Let's get things going. Let's go to this voter intimidation story that we have from Jacksonville, Florida. This is a new one on me. You know, there were reports when Obama was president that at some of the polling places there were Black Panthers, you know, sitting there in their leathers, throwing up their salutes and shit, and that some people felt uncomfortable. There's been, you know, obviously 2020, we had all kinds of election shenanigans being accused. And, you know, this year we're going to have our share of bullshit, you know, depending on what side you are. You know, liberals fucking with people, conservatives fucking with people. It's a tense election time. This guy, however, I don't really know if he's a Republican or a Democrat. I think he might just be a Floridian. He's a man from Jacksonville who decided to take matters into his own hands when he became fed up with voters.
5, we now have the 911 call for help after a teen reportedly pulled out a machete at an early voting site in Neptune Beach. Investigators have since identified that teen as 18-year-old Caleb Williams.
No, not that Caleb. No, guys, if you're looking at your fantasy football team right now going, oh shit, I've got to bench him. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Not that Caleb Williams. Total coincidence. Not the Bears quarterback is going to be fine. CTE doesn't set in that quickly. 18 years old, takes a machete to early voting. See, this is the problem with early voting. This is why it should just be one day, one person, one vote. If you have these early voting sites and people can just go up to them at any time, it's more availability for the crazies to head out there. You know, you could have more pro-choice and pro-life rallies across the street, all kinds of crazy people yelling about Christ and the end of the world. And then, of course, the stray 18-year-old who shows up with a fucking weapon.
The judge also ruled that Williams must stay at least 1,000 feet away from any polling locations unless he himself is voting.
Now, if we can do the same thing with Democratic voters and Democratic workers, I think we might be able to have a free and fair election that way.
News for Jack's reporter Brianna Andrews joining us live in Neptune Beach. Brianna, Williams appeared in court today.
Well, what was he supposed to do? Skip it? She sounded so surprised. Fucking guy was there for his court hearing today. Well, I mean, yeah, they're going to go get you if you don't.
Joy, Caleb Williams is charged with aggravated assault and a misdemeanor count of improper exhibition of a dangerous weapon. Now, this is video of
which lends me to ask the question, what that is, according to the law, is appropriate use of a dangerous weapon in public. What was that charge
Williams
again?
Inside of court today.
There we go.
Of a dangerous weapon.
Yeah, what's appropriate use of a dangerous weapon?
This is video of Williams inside of court today. Records show Caleb Williams is a registered Republican.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now it makes sense that this is like front page news. Plus, a Democrat probably would have used a rainbow-colored dildo to intimidate people. And they probably would have had it shoved up their asshole. So I guess it's easy to see a Republican coming from a mile away. One hair color, white, and has outdoorsy weapons. Makes sense.
Beach police say he was one of 8 teenagers who tried to antagonize an opposing political party outside of the Beach's Branch Library yesterday. The Duval County Democratic Party says the women were peacefully holding Harris Wald signs when Williams confronted them with a machete over his head.
Now, well, they call that Costa de Falcone, the guard of the hawk. Totally. What's that a reference to? Anybody who gets that, $1 million in a currency that doesn't exist. You're not supposed to have like campaign signs, though, are you? Like at polling places, you're not. I thought you weren't allowed to like campaign or wear like candidate shirts or anything like that. I thought that was a no-no. I'm not saying it means you should be hacked to pieces by a crazy high school senior with a machete. I just thought it was against the rules.
This is audio of the 911 call for help just moments after it happened.
Neptune Beach Police.
You know, in fairness, I was thinking about this. If this guy did take that machete and kill them, though, that would allow them to vote Democrat again. So that's... I mean, I'm just looking at ways to, you know, see this story on the bright side. You know, it's new positivity, Toe, if you didn't know. But, yeah, again, I don't think two wrongs make a right. I don't think just because, you know, you're maybe doing a little campaigning at the polling site, I don't think that means you should get your fucking head cracked with a machete.
Seen. There's a truck full of boys at the library pulling machetes out of their trucks. Okay, hold.
Well, wait. Before we get too crazy and before we start yelling and screaming and panicking, is there a lot of overgrown brush in the area? This is important. They could be brush clearing. There's a lot of reasons that a bunch of white kids could be jumping out of a truck with machetes at a polling place. Could just be trying to make sure there's no election interference going on.
Hold on just a second. They got machetes. They're adult. They're teenage boys, but they're pulling machetes out and coming over by us.
One of them just dropped a rock on Piggy's head. Help!
In this photo, you can see Williams holding a machete in the air. It was taken by one of 2 women who told police they were worried about...
Doesn't really look like a machete. It looks like a sling blade. Some folks call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade.
Getting hurt. We spoke to a witness who saw everything unfold.
A pack of...
Whoa. Easy. They were white. Take it easy. Anytime I hear a white lady go, a pack of, I worry about what word's coming next. I remember when Mel Gibson said, if you get bleeped by a pack of... Didn't bode well for his career, I remember.
Teenage boys were piling out, surrounding them. One was brandishing a machete. Others were unloading shovels from the truck. One was pulling out his Trump sign and waving it. There's yelling and shouting, unintelligible but angry tones. It was very, very frightening.
I love how the Kamala voter has to like play it up as much as they can. Well, I couldn't make out what the retarded high school seniors were saying, but very menacing, very bad, very ugly. I will admit, it's not a good look to show up supporting your candidate carrying scoop shovels and fucking machetes. Try to make this look a little less like Somalia, boys.
And coming up at 6, I'm speaking with one of the victims who had direct contact with Williams. For now, reporting live, Brianna Andrews, Channel 4, the local station.
Ooh, nice sign off. Way to hit the dismount. Yeah, that's probably a bridge too far. You can't be bringing machetes into the polling place. Of all things. Look, the guy he's worried about the consistency and the honesty of our elections, and he wanted to make sure everyone, hey, one person, one vote. You say that to somebody and you point at them, they might laugh at you. You have a sharp object and you point it at them, you're going to be like, God, I hope I don't let him down. Coyote with $4.99. Thank you very much, buddy. Coyote says, landslide coming. Oh, if you mean in Super Chats and PayPals and whatnot, I'm down for it. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, obviously they weren't black. They had tools, not stolen Glocks held sideways. You know what? You raise a fair point, sir. You raise a fair point. Let's go to PayPal and see what kind of thank yous we have to throw out there. Colton with $10. Thank you, Colton. That's very nice of you. Thank you to everyone who throws any money to this limp dick shitty fucking program. We appreciate you guys. We're going to do one more day of Matt getting everything over the goal. Matt gets everything over. There we go. Because I think you guys are going to really like my costume tomorrow. So I'm pretty confident in how that will perform. Coyote with $4.99 says, Yankees winning again. I know. I saw that. The Yankees are doing all right. The Yankees are doing okay tonight. And I would probably be a Dodgers guy no matter what, even though, look, I guess I'm supposed to be an American League. You know, that's where my allegiance is supposed to be, but fuck that, man. I hate the Yankees so much. Like a lot. So I hope the Dodgers clear it out in 5. 160 away from tonight. Again, thank you guys so much for your generosity. $160 away from tonight's goal. You guys are doing great. We made the announcement earlier tonight. The evening show goal will be dropping by $50 a night after Matt's departure and some steel toe savings. So that's some great news. We're getting a little bit closer to making things a little more manageable around here. So thank you guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, etc. All right, let's get into this. There's been too much Baldo bunker news this week. There really doesn't it feel that way? You know, Mean Copium's been on every day this week, and Sean and Andrew and Kurt. And by the way, I have become huge fans of those guys. I was catching up on Andrew's stream today, and somebody wrote in like, the toe is jealous of your numbers. And he was writing in last night because we were on our show seeing that Andrew was live, seeing that Legal Mindset was live. And we were like, holy shit, 2,000 people. That's fucking great, man. And we're sitting here going, I wish, we were pulling those kind of numbers. Like even in the morning, we top out at a K, 2,000, it's fucking bueno. Like we were really impressed. And we were telling people, hey, go watch Legal Mindset. He and Sean are on together. That's got to be a good show. Well, Legal Mindset was feeling like spilling some tea last night. Oh, my God. He was in rare form. There were, just looking at some of the memes people have, he was talking about the pay situation. There were a lot of people who thought that that when Nick was at his peak and you had the Rittenhouse and the depth trials, when tens of thousands of dollars would come in one stream, that maybe people should be thrown a few bucks. Now, I'm always of the feeling of if someone asks you to come on a show and they're not offering you money straight up, ask for some. Ask for some or do your own stream if they're making a lot of money. You know who's actually really good? I want to see if the chat gets this. Do you know who does a really good job of taking care of his guests? Like, as far as I'm concerned, the best podcast host in terms of being generous with the money he makes. There's one name I'm thinking of specifically, and kudos to you if you get it. I know the Rumble chat's a little behind, so I'll wait for them a little bit. But there's one guy who is really, I don't want to say anything because when all my shit's done, I can't wait to go back on his show. Kevin Brennan is remarkably generous with his money. I mean, he will call you up, ask you to be on the show, and he'll just tell you flat out you're going to get this percentage of the super chats. You're like, wow. You don't even have to ask. The guy just offers it to you. He's really great. He's awesome about it. But I don't know, man. I'm a little torn on these stories because on one hand, if you get asked to do a show, then it's on you to ask for money. Now, if that person tells you they're going to give you money and they don't, then I would never work with that person again. Their word means shit, and they're a lying liar who lies. So yesterday, Nate, the lawyer, confirms that there were at least 2 people that Nick said he would pay for doing the Rittenhouse and the Depp trials, and he never did. They never saw a dime. Legal Mindset also told some stories about people being told that they were going to get a gift or money or something like that, and it never came. And that kind of broke up LawTube, and then Nick kind of fucked himself because he tried to go his own way and be a personality. The problem is, if you've ever watched any of his streams, and I'm sorry, but he's not very funny, and he doesn't have a good kind of out there personality. He's just kind of a weirdo and a kind of a pencil neck geek in a way. He's not particularly, I mean, now he's interesting. This is the most interesting he's ever been. This is the most entertaining he's ever been, unfortunately for him. But he was such a good program director, as we call them in the radio business. You know, he had this idea. I think it's his idea. I don't know. I never got into the LawTube stuff. But he had this idea that he'd put all these lawyers on a channel. They'd all watch this trial, and they'd all give their takes and tell some jokes and everything else. And it went gangbusters. Now, we kind of have a chicken and the egg argument. Some people say, well, Nick gave them exposure. Here's what I always say to that. Bullshit on the exposure thing. Same thing in comedy. You know, comics will get taken advantage of, and they'll go up and do stage time, and they won't get paid because they'll go, well, they said they're paying me an exposure. You can't make a down payment on a house with exposure. You can't eat exposure. You can't drink exposure, and your lights don't stay on with exposure. So as far as the, well, they got exposure argument, they could have built channels on their own covering this shit. And also, once you go on someone's channel a few times, that exposure's done. There's only so many subscribes and likes and super chats you can get from being on someone's show. Once they do your show 3-4 times, now they're doing you a favor and giving you content. They're helping you and making it easier for you, and they're bringing a little bit of an audience over to your channel. So the exposure argument, I don't care who's making the exposure argument. I've always thought it was weaselly. I've always thought it was shitty. People are helping you out. Pay them money. Give them a few bucks if you're making some money. If you're not making dick, then don't worry about it. So that was a complaint that people had yesterday. And now that these DMs have come out and Nick's starting to lose his mind and now, you know, I've gotten some info that I now know and it things are making sense. Now you have people getting a little brazen with their stories. And I'm kind of seeing this starting to go away where this could really start to get crazy. I know it's already crazy, but it could get crazier very soon because some of these stories I'm hearing on these shows, it seems like there's a tempest in a teapot, and it seems like that teapot is starting to screech, and that steam needs to get out. Legal Mindset told a story about Nick's interactions with his female fans. This is interesting. Cue Legal Mindset.
Scarebro, what's up, Scarebro? Says for 49. Kalia was one of Nick's only female mods. Discord bros no. Nick poured his soul out to female fans, but dudes, I better like phoning ET than Nick. Yeah, and this was the weird thing about Nick, because I've been screenshotted a lot of conversations that female content creators send to me, and I'm like, Nick never spoke to me that way.
Oh, this is why you don't bite the hand that feeds you. This is why you don't turn around and get petulant and bitchy towards people who were good to you. Just because people are breaking down your case accurately doesn't mean they're against you. It doesn't mean they hate you. It doesn't mean they have a grudge. But when you start talking shit and you've got your nose wide open, they're going to fucking bury you. People just, especially when you're broadcasting, because you have an audience that's gassing you up and they love this shit and they hit like and they send in the super chats and you're like, look, I have an audience to entertain. That's my responsibility. So nobody should begrudge Legal Mindset telling these stories. People want to hear them. But this sounds like something that's just teetering on the edge, and with just one more little push, we could be hearing a lot of stories from a lot of people. I mean, I've heard stories. I can't tell you about them. I'm not, the people who have told me these stories have told me not to say anything. Andrew's probably the same way. The people who have told him, tell him not to say anything. And it's not his story to tell. It's not my story to tell. But remember, for that Kalia I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. For her to come out and release those DMs, it was Nick being shitty to the Clippers, particularly Alyssa Clips, who he gave permission to clip him and then took it away and got really fucking cunty about it. So she decided to release DMs because she had had enough. Well, what's it going to take some of these women who have been talking to Legal Mindset for them to start releasing some DMs? And you know how these accusations from women with inappropriate contact and things like that, you know how those go. If there's one true accusation, there's going to be 4, there's going to be 5, there's going to be 6. So this is very interesting. This is one of those times where if you're the person who's who's the nail, as they say, if you're in the barrel, maybe it's time to fucking take that barrel, tilt it sideways, and roll off into the sunset.
Bro, like whatever you think conversation we had, we didn't have those type of conversations. He was gushing with these people, right? I have had other content creators that are female tell me he calls them at night, and these are people that are married or have boyfriends, and he will call them and be on the phone for 5 to 6, 7 hours.
I'm surprised this dude didn't get the living fucking shit beat out of him. And I'm not saying that because I don't like the guy. I'm saying, like, let's say your girl was up for 5 or 6 hours, and she was just talking to some dude, and then you look at a picture of who it is, and you go, "Oh, I'll fucking pay this guy a visit." Like this is not a threatening guy. I mean, that's a dangerous game to play, dude. That is a dangerous game to play. And now we have all these women who feel comfortable telling Andrew these stories. By my experience, it's only a matter of time. I mean, you look at Weinstein, Cosby, all these people who had all these accusations come out all at once. One domino, R. Kelly's another one. One domino falls, the other ones fall in real quick succession. So this is a really interesting thing to keep an eye on. But I mean, married people talking to each other for 6, 7 hours at a time and all this, I don't know, man. And here's the problem. As a guy who's cheated multiple times, and I do consider, for the record, I do consider swinging cheating. Now and probably then. The thing about cheating is, if you do it once, you'll probably do it again and again and again. And I can tell you, the only thing that can stop behavior like that is getting it treated. You have to get that behavior treated so that you can learn different neural pathways and different behaviors to cope with that. You can't just raw dog cheating. Well, for more than one reason. But you can't just cold turkey cheating because there's an impulse there. There's a problem there. So if this guy is being unfaithful like this, talking on the phone, creeping on these girls, he's not gonna stop. Like that behavior is going to continue because there's something about it they're addicted to. And I'm guessing it's being kind of a dork in high school and college and your early adulthood, not being very good with women. But then when you get money, you don't have to be good with women anymore. And so then you just can't fucking help yourself. It's like you have nothing and then you have a lot, you're going to go overboard.
What type of married man is on the phone with another woman for
5 to 6, 7 hours?
One that desperately wants his fucking ass kicked. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, in a way, it's fucking ballsy, right? Like, in a way, you're like, well, I mean, shit. You know, nobody beat the shit out of you for it? No, I mean, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. My fucking kid needs to go to school.
Well, no, at some point they're like, my boyfriend is having questions about this, you know?
Uh-oh.
And this is after they've been propositioned, right?
Oh, so there was propositioning going on, Andrew said. You know, you can tell that Andrew is really enjoying this because Nick's been such a fucking piece of shit to him. Like, he said stuff about Andrew that you don't need to say. It's not about critiquing each other or criticizing each other. It's just being cunty and bitchy and snippy. And so it sounds like Andrew's got a lot of ammunition, and he's kind of relishing in he's showing the gun out of the holster, but he's not going to fire it. He's going to let somebody else fire it. If this is the kind of fire that if it builds, it can become a wildfire very quickly. Usually a story like Andrew's comes out, then somebody feels empowered and comfortable to tell their story publicly, and then everybody else feels comfortable to come out and tell their story publicly. Good boy. And the boyfriends and the husbands being like, hey, what's going on here? Again, I'm surprised. Maybe they live too far away, but I mean, that just seems like you're asking for an ass whooping. One you can't defend yourself from.
Yeah.
So
Nick's like, they can join. I don't care.
Yeah.
Root for one more.
Sean's a funny fuck, man. He really is. He's a funny fuck. So is Andrew. I like Andrew, too. I know that in that stream, someone was like, Steel Toe's jealous of your views. And, like, you could tell, again, he had something in the holster for me that he wanted to fire off a shot my way, and he held back. I was like, well, that's nice. But no, Andrew, that's bullshit. I was very happy that you had so many people watching you. I thought that was cool. Something I'd like to aspire to. Someday. Spam-A-Lot with $2 says, thought you said the fat retard was leaving the show. No. I said Matt was leaving the show. If I said fat retard and that confused you, then I guess you know what? That is on me, and I'm sorry. Coyote NV says, do you like bad tattoos? I don't think that's how you proposition a woman. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. That is, woo. That is, as the kids say, that's some hot tea. And I'm telling you, man, that Andrews, he kind of seems like he's enjoying it a little bit. And, hey, why not? Someone's talking a bunch of shit on you. And, you know that you've got the goods on them. Why not? Triple N says, so the women willingly talk to him for 5 or 6 hours. Well, Triple N, let me tell you something about some women. Some women, not all. Some women can be total whores. And a guy can be ugly, check. A guy can just be absolutely uncharismatic, check. But the guy can have a fuckload of money and internet fame, check. And women will be like, that's all that matters is the status and the money, the status and the money, the status and the money. And it works for some of them. I'm sure there were people he tried to talk to for 6 or 7 hours, and they weren't interested because that's not the kind of thing that does it for them. But the ones where it does do it for them, 5 or 6 hours doesn't seem that bad. Those women might see it as an investment, perhaps. A branch, if you will. Or some of them might just be women who are fans of someone. Women make this mistake because a woman can talk to a guy for 5 hours and be like, I don't feel any romantic connection to him. I just like talking to him. Men don't have that gene. Men talk to a woman for 5 or 6 hours and they're like, she wants to fuck me. So women are perfectly capable of talking to a guy for 5 or 6 hours and being like, okay, we're good, not knowing that she just gave this guy the idea unintentionally that, maybe she would. Maybe she would. People are saying spill the beans. Yeah, I mean, that's up to them to spill the beans. I'm glad Andrew didn't because, it's not really your place if other and also if people DM you stuff like that and you don't keep it private, then you've lost those people's confidence and they're not going to talk to you about that stuff anymore. So I get it. I understand. 155 is the number for today. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. You're moving smartly tonight. I appreciate it. Keep going. Streamlabs, PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. You guys are the best. Appreciate it. All right, now we got to go from some spicy gossip, some hot tea, as the kids say, to utter cringe. Now, there's an old saying that goes, never meet your heroes. Hold on, before we move on, Stop Big Troon in the chat says 5 to 7 hours means anal. Is that true? If 5 to 7 hours means anal, then I missed a lot of signs in high school and my 20s. Shit. Well, I've never been a big, put it in the ass guy. I don't get it. I don't understand why you need that particular orifice. The one right next to it is primo. It's beautiful. It's nice. The other one, you know, you got to throw it in the shower, make sure it's clean. You know? You don't want to. Yeah, I know that guys like Jim Norton and stuff say they like a little bit of a whiff of odor. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll be fine. But yeah, 5 to 7 hours. I didn't know that was a sign for anal. Chad Buzamok says, "Get some mud on your dick, loser." I'm sorry. I'm right next to. I subscribe to the Louis C.K. method. You're right next to the most beautiful place in the world. Why do you want to stick your dick in some rusty little asshole? No reason. Coyote NV with $4.99 says, "Election night special." You got it, buddy. We're going to be doing a show on election night. We'll maybe have some people come by and help out. I'm going to stay on till about, 2 in the morning or until this thing's figured out. I'm going to cover that election. I've decided. 150 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much. Those $5 at a time, they are doing it. So yeah, Coyote NV, we will, I guarantee, next Tuesday, an election night special. Plenty of energy drinks and what do you think? Some crack? Should we smoke crack on election night? I think that'll keep you up. A little crack smoking. We'll figure that out. No, stop, Big Troon. I'm not taking on the name Mud Dick. And we're not doing a show called Mud Shark and Mud Dick. It's not happening. It's not happening. I do think if you like to go in the ass, you're a little gay. Not like all the way, not like you want to date guys, but like, a little open to persuasion, shall we say. All right, continuing on. Let's go to the cringe. Billy Eichner and Will Ferrell. Now, I believe that you can love an actor, you can think their work is great, and you can think their political takes are horseshit. I don't usually like it when people find out that their favorite actor or their favorite athlete is a liberal or a conservative, and they go, fuck them. I don't like them anymore. Why? Because you guys disagree on what the tax rate should be by 5 or 10%. So now you can't watch Anchorman ever again? That's retarded. And plus, I don't think Will Ferrell has ever made it secret what his politics were. Will Ferrell's always been a lefty-leaning guy. So Will Ferrell and Billy Eichner. Billy Eichner, the guy who kind of took the man on the street torch from Tom Green and kind of did his own thing with it. Billy Eichner and Will Ferrell started a street campaign for Kamala Harris. Now, if seeing your favorite comedians and seeing your favorite actors doing really gay shit for the election upsets you, triggers you in any way, you might want to stay away from this one because if you're a big Will Ferrell fan, this is going to be like having to watch Blades of Glory all over again. I'm sorry. Look at these shirts. Loud white men for Kamala. Oh. I love how race is like, you shouldn't bring race into things until the side that says you shouldn't bring race into things would be benefited by bringing race into it. I love how like being a white guy is something you're supposed to be ashamed of until it can help some lefty cause. And even in that lefty cause, you're supposed to be ashamed of the white guy part. Loud white men for Kamala. I wonder how the Democrats would take it if there was a rally and a guy went, "Yes, we are proud white men for Trump." Actually, you know what? That probably wouldn't change anything because they just still call them all Nazis like they already do. You see how those Nazi and Hitler comparisons kind of end up biting you in the ass because once you go Hitler and Nazis, you really don't have anywhere else to go. Like, what if Trump now brought up actual Nazis? What are you going to do? Are you going to be like, he's a Nazi? We're like, yeah, we know. But, like, you said that when you had Sid Rosenberg up there. It rings a little hollow. So here's Billy Eichner and Will Ferrell probably embarrassing themselves during an election, during the home stretch. I haven't watched this yet because if I watched it once, I know I'd never want to watch it again.
Hey guys, it's Billy. I am back on the street with the one and only Will Ferrell, and we are out here today to represent a very important voting demographic.
Have you noticed that sometimes Will Ferrell looks like he's 50 years old and sometimes he looks 72? Like this time he looks 50 to me. But there are some times I've seen him where I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened to Will Ferrell? He's a ghost.
Loud white men for Kamala Harris. So you ready, Will? Ah! Sir, we're loud white men for Kamala. Join the call.
Join the call. Oh my God, Ray DeVito. Congratulations to Ray for being in a Will Ferrell sketch. This is great. Look at him. Look at Ray DeVito just hanging out with Eichner and Ferrell. You know, all these guys just kind of like lolcowed Ray DeVito and thought he was just a big dumb piece of shit. Now he's leapfrogging everybody. Good for him.
Call.
Join the call.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, who are you voting for?
Kamala Harris.
Yes, exactly. Have you voted yet?
Mail-in ballot.
Oh, mail-in ballot, bitch!
Again, I said this morning, and I've been saying this for a week now. You can tell that they're really worried about losing and that they feel it slipping away because, like, even in this sketch, the energy that they're giving it is just, it's a desperate, uncomfortable energy that they're giving this whole segment that they're doing. It's, yeah, Kamala, bitch. First of all, like, that guy wasn't scripted and that wasn't a plant. That was the most uncomfortable part of this. I wonder how much of this man on the street shit you have to script because it's New York City and you might run into a crazy lunatic who fucking stabs you. So you kind of got to pre-approve everybody beforehand.
Yes, for $1, would you have sex with a Trump voter?
No.
Thank you. Sir, we're loud.
Oh, get it? You can't have sex with a Trump voter because they're all white supremacists. No, she hates her dad. She has to go find a basketball player at Rucker Park.
White men for Kamala. Join the call.
Yes.
Yes.
I support Kamala.
Yes, that's not that loud, but louder?
Oh, louder.
Yes.
I support Kamala.
Louder!
Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris attracting 100% of the Down syndrome vote in New York City. That's big. It's a big demo in New York. They're making them at night.
I support Kamala.
Yeah! Miss, did you hear if Kamala wins, she's going to make Buddy the Elf Secretary of Christmas?
That would be phenomenal.
Would you have sex with a Trump voter? Oh, okay.
What is it about, like, being overtly liberal that kills your ability to be funny? What is that? How does that, like, what's the chemical reaction that happens in the body that, first of all, it makes you sound gayer? I don't know. Is Eichner a gay dude? Because he's playing one on TV right now. There's something about that overtly, like, lefty attitude that just kind of, it narrows in your shoulders. It gives you shitty posture, and you just kind of seem pale and gay.
Thank you. Sir, loud white men for Kamala. Join the call. Go Kamala! Yeah! Yes! For $1, for $1, for $1. Who are you voting for? Yes, there you go.
You're not allowed to do that, are you? Are you allowed to pay people for the voting thing? This is bad. Like, I still like Will Ferrell and everything, but, like, this is embarrassing.
Yes! Okay. I have to go. Yeah. Tell everyone in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania to vote for Kamala.
East Stroudsburg, vote for Kamala.
Please, sir.
I wonder how many Trump voters this is creating. And mass shooters. I'm wondering how many mass shooters and Trump voters this is creating. One, and I won't tell you which.
White men for Kamala, join the call.
Yeah!
Yeah! Who are you voting for?
Kamala.
Yeah! What's your name?
My name is Corey.
Corey!
He looks like a Corey. No offense to our Corey.
Corey for Kamala! Hey, guys.
Well, guys, there you go. That's what the Trump machine is up against. Remember, Donald Trump was on Joe Rogan last weekend for 40 or 50 million people. Kamala Harris has Will Ferrell and Billy Eichner screaming like retards in the street. You guys want to check the polls after this? Coyote NV with 499 says, Lady Boys for Trump. Yeah, I don't think they're going to let you say that. I don't. 383 Novocaine with $2 says, show the pic I sent you on Messenger. Tim says, $4.99 says, okay, Toe, you got me to donate. The Ray DeVito comment made me laugh. Another win for the Toe. Thank you very much, Tim, for the $4.99. 140 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much for that. I like that a Ray DeVito comment made me $5. So all I got to do to squeeze money out of Tim every night is go and find content where I can find weirdos that look just like Ray DeVito. Duly noted. I'm going to work on that. Thank you, guys. Okay, what's this picture I got sent on Facebook? Fuck, it's a cockpick again. God damn it. Oh, no. That's Scott on the Towboys Facebook page sent this. Aaron, and I'm the deranged Yankee fan, and Mookie Betts' arm last of the goal. I liked it. I thought it was good. Where's the thing I got sent on? Is this it? Mike? Let's take a look.
Why is all of the Upper Peninsula a part of Michigan instead?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was wondering why the Upper Peninsula of Michigan wasn't part of Wisconsin this morning, and one of you went out and found the answer. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to check this out at the risk of boring everybody.
Of Wisconsin. The answer lies in a complex history of territorial claims and shifting borders. Back in 1805, Michigan split from the Indiana Territory in efforts to become its own state, and was initially granted a small portion of the Upper Peninsula.
Okay, see now that,
however,
that makes no sense. That you would be granted any of the Upper Peninsula.
Due to limited geographical knowledge at the time, a border dispute arose between Michigan and Ohio over a narrow strip of land known as the Toledo Strip.
Oh.
Tensions escalated, leading to what became known as the Toledo War.
This is fucking awesome. Like, part of me wishes we could go back to this. You know, before the Civil War, America didn't really have a sense of America, quote unquote. People saw themselves as New Yorkers or Virginians more than they saw themselves as Americans. So you would have a lot of state pride. As a matter of fact, it's rumored that Robert E. Lee didn't like slavery, but he was not going to abandon his native Virginia, so he fought for the Confederates. Think of how short that war would have been if we had Robert E. Lee on our side. But I liked that, like, these states would have these border disputes, and you would be like, fuck it, we're going to war. And you'd have like militias go after each other. It's like, it's kind of feudalistic in a way. And I know I shouldn't be pining for that, but sometimes I really want to invade Ohio or Iowa, and I want to get Mason City, you know? Maybe even all the way down to Ames so we can go to the Mucky Duck for lunch.
In 1835, this conflict was more of a political showdown than a violent confrontation, with neither side suffering.
Might want to take that. It was 1835. I don't think that Black Fist would have been there.
Casualties. Ultimately, in 1836, President Andrew Jackson signed a bill that
allowed him to murder every Indian inside and outside of the American borders. Andrew Jackson, or as Native Americans call him, the first Hitler.
Allowed Michigan to officially become
But
a
you know,
state.
he shut down the Federal Reserve at the time, the National Bank. I like that. The slaughtering Native Americans thing, you know, let's just go omelet, break a few eggs.
But it came with a condition. Michigan had to relinquish its claim to the Toledo Strip. In exchange for giving up this territory, Jackson granted Michigan control over the entire Upper Peninsula.
Ooh, that's a nice deal. That's a good win. All right, so it's fucking Andrew Jackson's fault that the Upper Peninsula is all fucked up.
Interestingly, while Michigan appeared to be the loser in the Toledo War, it gained a vast and resource-rich land that would later become crucial for its economy. The Upper Peninsula is notable for its natural beauty and unique geography. It covers almost a third of...
Yeah, I don't care now. I just wanted to know that part. All right, so Michigan got cucked by Ohio, but they then got the Upper Peninsula. Okay. Well, guys, the more you know. You've been educated on the show today. That's big. Mild says, just split Iowa with Missouri and split Des Moines as a border city. All right. Thomas Michael says, the power of positivity will infect everyone. Look how it's infecting everyone tonight. Helgi with $5 says, gay F-word N-words for Trump. Well, it's a demographic, right? Funeral director says, Gino is built like a Kamala liberal voter. We don't have to be mean to fucking Gino. We can be nice to Gino. Coyote NV with $4.99 says, just the tip, Michigan. Ha ha ha. Get it? Like sex. And Chips and Diff with $5. Sorry. Thank you, Coyote. This is Kamala at her rallies. That's from Chips and Diff. Thank you, pal. Hey, we're only 1:30 away from tonight, and we got 45 minutes left. Go ahead and throw in on that PayPal or that Rumble or that Venmo or Streamlabs. Thank you guys very much for your generosity tonight. Knocking her down consistently. I think we can do it $5-10 at a time. What about you? Let's see what Chips and Diff brought us.
You gotta fight for your right.
You really don't want me to be able to monetize this episode, do you? Fuck it. All right, Chips and Diff says this is Kamala at her rallies.
To vote!
This is still, I watched Black Sheep not long ago. I think this is actually an underrated Farley movie.
That's one small step for man, one giant. I have a dream.
He's high as fuck, right? Wasn't he? He was smoking weed with the reggae guys, right?
Power to the people.
Mike.
Hey, fellas! Yeah. Kill Whitey!
No, Kamala, no! Kamala, don't. Oh. Yeah, you don't want to kill Whitey.
No!
Don't kill Whitey. Although when that movie was made, that was a controversial sentiment. Excuse me, not a controversial sediment. That would be maybe limestone. Controversial sentiment. I feel like if you yelled that now at a Democratic rally, they'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's kill some Whitey. I'm against it personally. Tim with another $19.99 says, I am still laughing and officially a Steel Toe fan. Good job. Well, fuck me running. Thank you very much. But I have to thank Ray DeVito for being in that Will Ferrell video. That's what did it for me. Was Ray DeVito. Dude, I have to stop watching anything MLC and MLC adjacent because I'm starting to get these fucking phrases in my head. Like I was watching Chad Zumach, and now I can't stop going Ray DeVito. It fucking annoys me. Really, really bugs me that I say that. And then SP and I are fucking hopeless with that. Wow. It's like we're in bed last night. Without giving away too much, without being disgusting, after we, after you do what you do before you just conk out and go to sleep. No, I didn't come and go, wow. That would have been, you know what? That would have been great. Maybe she should yell it when she comes. She never does. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're not going to go down that road again. But yeah, we're just sitting there watching the, Mild says, that's a small penis. Wow. No, we're not going to start that shit. We're not going to have the audience doing a bit where you guys have me mock myself or SP mock me and then do the KB wow at the end.
I'll fucking kill you, you fucking faggot.
We're not doing that. We're not doing it. Steve C with $2 says, I hope you gag on your own splooge. Good day, sir. I'll tell you, you know what? I'm going to stop the show for a second because I've got a couple problems with that. Number one, the fact that you want me to gag to death on my own splooge. I'm just assuming you mean to death. That hurts. That's offensive. Second of all, the fact that I have to gag on my own splooge, this is very multi-layered. Means I have to also get it into my own mouth, which is just kind of like a disgusting fetish kind of a thing. So, like, you understand that the insult you threw at me is like a layer cake of hurting. I just wanted you to know that and see if you felt bad at all. I'm assuming you don't. We're only 110 away from tonight's goal and 30 minutes of overtime. Every dollar we go over tonight is going to go to Matt again. We're going to add to his total from last night. Somebody in the chat said, let's give Matt more severance because he made $200 last night on his last night. They said, let's give Matt more severance. Well, I tell you what, if you missed Matt's goodbye last night, you can throw in more and we'll hook him up with more. 110 away, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. All of the links are right there in the chat. Thank you guys very much. Keep it going. I appreciate it. Anders says, I can't stop saying, that's a fact, Jack. Thanks to Kevin. That's another catchy one, too. Stop Big Troon. No. No. Are you saying that SP says that to me? Look at that clit. Wow. No. That's not it's not what it is. Hulkamasha Baby says, I wouldn't be surprised if you regularly taste your splooge. You're pretty gay. No. I thought maybe, and Hulkamash is old school steel toe. I thought maybe I put in enough time with you guys that you would trust me when I say that I don't shoot my own cum into my mouth. It hurts to find out that we're not on that level together. Wow, you guys think I come in my own mouth. Wow. 383 Novocaine says, come on, Aaron, you promised more than 30 seconds. Wow. Chad Buzmak, I'm not answering these very offensive questions unless they come in Super Chat, Rumble Rant, or PayPal form. If I'm going to get humiliated by my own audience, it's certainly not going to be for free. Thank you. Oh, I had one more video from this Billy Eichner thing, but you guys started throwing shitloads of money at us, which I really appreciate. So I wanted to hang out and have a little more fun. And we certainly will as the Super Chats continue to come in. But to continue on with this, you know, I said that Will Ferrell, Billy Eichner thing kind of seemed like a political meltdown from two celebrities. I think I was right because later in this article, there's another Billy Eichner TikTok that does seem even more meltdowny. Let's take a look.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, my God. He went on for 3 minutes and 53 seconds. These people know they're losing, don't they? That's impressive because they're in New York. You would think in New York, people would think, oh, fucking Kamala's got this. She's got Trump beat. But even he's kind of feeling it. I guess, you know, he's connected. He knows shit. He hears things. So they must really be feeling the pinch and be feeling the heat. There's just, you can just kind of feel it in the air, can't you? Like 3 weeks ago, I was like, they're going to definitely cheat and fucking win this thing. And now I'm getting the idea that it may be like out of cheating range for them because I certainly don't feel like this election's been settled. I certainly don't feel like it's over. But the Kamala Harris side is really starting to give you the vibes that they think they might not be doing too well. I mean, the Trump on Rogan thing probably didn't help Kamala. The Tony Hinchcliffe thing didn't seem to sway too many people, although I did see there was some Puerto Rican singer today who was, he was saying he's switching sides because of the Tony Hinchcliffe joke, which I think is good. You should let a comedian's edgy joke stop you from voting for what's best for the country. I think that's a good idea. It's a really smart, I think that's how we get to this place. So here's Eichner bitching about Trump. And that's a common theme, by the way. Not talking about how great Kamala is, but rather bitching about Trump.
It's Billy.
Billy.
I don't post videos like this often, but I will regret it if I don't. It's 2 weeks till the election. I'm getting a lot of texts and feeling a lot of people panicking.
Okay, see, so all right, so it's not just me. I see it too.
And then other people saying, no, don't panic, don't panic. And I think
those are the people who hold the memory cards to the vote count machines. Did you see, I don't know if we have it for tonight later on, or if I put it in tomorrow morning's prep sheets, but did you see that one of the attorneys general in one state, I think it was Virginia, like just had the passwords to all the voting machines out, like released them in public, and they were just available for anyone to see for like months. For months, the password to these Virginia voting machines have just been out because the attorney general released them. That, like, I'm willing to believe you fucked up, but also it does seem like shit like that is intentional in an election this close in a swing state. Like if it happened in California, I'd be like, oh, well, you know, whatever. It's an easy Kamala state. It's an honest mistake, whatever. But Virginia, which if she doesn't win Virginia, she is fucked. Forget it, man. Like she's kind of fucked if Trump takes North Carolina. So if he takes North Carolina and Virginia, forget it. But that, I don't know if you saw that tabulation story, that vote counting machine thing. I get really paranoid on that shit now because of 2020.
I think those people are wrong. It is time to fucking panic, okay?
Jesus.
And not just panic, but to do something about it. Because like many...
By the way, remember, January 6th, terrorist attack, horrible thing, insurrection, everything else. But when lefties panic and they feel like they're going to lose, we need to fucking do something about it. Then it's okay. If a Republican gets worried and they go, we need to fucking do something about it, they instantly go, oh, they're talking about insurrections.
People are
when Democrats do it, they go, oh, he means opening a vegan grocery co-op.
Saying today,
which should also be a terrorist act.
The polls are not good. I'm just going to be blunt. I don't work for the...
Hitler used to say the same thing. Right until he marched into Warsaw. The polls are not good. He was ahead of his time, I guess, judging by Billy Eichner here.
Kamala campaign. I'm just going to call it like I see it. The polls are not good. Trump has the momentum. The man's a fucking rapist who's been...
Whoa, just kind of came out firing there, didn't he? I'm used to like the Nazi and the Hitler and he's a piece of shit and he's a... Wow, we're going right to the R word shit. Jesus, Billy.
Raping and sexually assaulting women his entire life.
Wait, whoa. I'm going to go ahead and say actionable on that one. You can't... I mean, he was found in a civil case to be liable for a woman's SA claims, but I don't know if he's been R-wording bitches his entire life. That seems a little... Mr. Eichner, you might want to bring your luxury vehicle to the courthouse because Trump might be driving it home.
He's a fucking Nepo baby.
Ooh, when he started with N, I was like, fucking lean in, Billy. Go for it. Nepo baby.
Incompetent motherfucker.
Whoa. Is he an R-wordist or a motherfucker? Is he fucking his mom or is he R-wording chicks?
Who is mentally disintegrating in front of our eyes.
Hey, everyone, look. It's the pot calling the kettle a crazy bitch. The guy melting down in front of our very eyes is the guy accusing the other guy of disintegrating in front of our very eyes. It's good. Billy Eichner's still funny.
And
I never thought Billy Eichner was funny.
Voters don't seem to care. So it's going to be up to the rest of us, fucking sane people, to say...
You know, sane people, like the guy who's got one eye way wider open than the other. And forehead wrinkles that you can hide quarters in. A guy whose brow is so furrowed he looks like a Shar-Pei. That's the sane person that you want to be listening to. The guy in the middle of his beautiful high-rise living room shouting at a phone. These are the people we need to be following, you cunts.
Save this country, save the economy, save our most vulnerable citizens, working class people.
Oh shit, is Trump going to gas tards? I'm not for that. What are we going full Iceland here and aborting Down syndrome kids? Did you ever know, we've talked about that on the show before. You do know Iceland celebrated like 6 years ago. They celebrated, they said, we've gotten rid of Down syndrome in Iceland. They never told people how. They would screen for Down syndrome and then convince mothers to abort their kids. Congratulations, Iceland. No more really happy Down syndrome kids, I guess. To which Margaret Sanger said, well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Women who don't have access to abortions, LGBTQ folks.
God, can we quit screaming about abortions? I'll give you one if you can't get one. Jesus. I mean, fuck, just crying. I can't get an abortion. I can't get an abortion. I can't get an abortion. Oh, my God.
Anyone with half a fucking brain? The education department, which he wants to completely eliminate?
Stop digging. You've struck gold. I'm sold. I'm voting for the guy. You understand, Billy, we've got 50 departments of education in this fucking country. We don't need a federal one. We didn't have one until the 70s, and students were actually doing a lot better before that bureaucracy came in. But he thinks that, like, if we don't have a federal Department of Education, that they're going to be teaching creationism in Arkansas. He's full of shit.
And I don't mean, I don't care. People are going to be like, Billy Eichner's yelling at us to vote. Great. You can be annoyed at me.
I'm not annoyed at you. You're doing great, man. Keep going. This is hilarious. This is the funniest you've been in years.
But that's not the point. Everyone has to get in the game here. We have 2 weeks. We can't let what happened with Hillary in 2016 happen again. This man is a fucking rapist.
There he goes again. Jesus.
He was convicted of it in a court of law earlier this year, but
he wasn't. Whoa. No. He was not convicted in a court of law. He was found liable in a civil court. That's a big fucking difference, dude.
Even if he wasn't. So people saying, oh, Donald and Kamala, I see young people saying they're the same, or I hate him, but I don't know if I can vote for her. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, listen to this perfectly sensible man. Put a logo on your hat. I don't take you seriously.
Please get involved.
He did say please. After he yelled at you like a lunatic for 2.5 minutes, but he did say please eventually.
He is a danger to the physical safety of American citizens everywhere, not to mention our economy and to our...
I really hope guys like this make good on that Canada promise, because this is hard shit to listen to. If it wasn't so funny to watch them lose their mind and seethe before the election, and I know this is celebrating at the 2-yard line, and that's not a good idea. This is too fun to watch, man. He's losing his shit. Look at those eyes. Look at the difference in the size of those eyes. Those peepers.
Our own control over our personal freedoms, what we do with our bodies, what gets taught in schools. He is very, very dangerous, and not in the cool fucking way that some of his fucking fanboys think he is.
Danger? What? Like he skateboards? Like, what's the cool way of being dangerous?
Okay. And I can feel it. I was out talking to voters yesterday. I did not like the vibe.
Everybody's in New York is depressed. This is fun.
So please do what you can here. You have to vote, especially if you're in a swing state. But we have to do more than vote. We have to knock on doors. We have to make calls or talk to your friends, text your friends, make sure they're voting.
Maybe that's why you guys are losing. Trump never yells at us like this. You know? Trump never goes, go out there, knock on doors right now, you piece of shit. Kamala's going to R-word your dog if you don't get out there and knock on doors. I mean, you don't seem very fun. That's all I'm saying. Like, this country's going to rot and die from the inside within the next century. I'd rather vote for the guy who's going to have a good time. Jesus. Want the country run by a bunch of Billy Eichners? No. Want the country run by a bunch of Billy Eichmanns? No, wait, no. That's not what I meant. That's it. No, don't applaud that. That's not... My blood sugar's low.
Voting. IWillVote.com. VoteSaveAmerica.com. SwingLeft.org.
Swing Left. I went to that one. Not the voting site you think it is. I ended up getting divorced. SwingLeft.com is not the site you want to go to. Buddy.
These places will help you help get out the vote or help you find out where to vote.
Is it bad that I want to disenfranchise a lot of voters? Like, I don't think a lot of people should be voting. I'm for disenfranchisement. Can we get that going?
Donald Trump, in his first term, managed to overturn Roe v. Wade and eliminate the right for women federally to have an abortion after 50 years. Can you imagine what he is going to do in a second term when he's more...
He's going to personally shove coat hangers in pregnant women's pussies. I don't fucking know. He's probably going to, like, cut my taxes and do fun shit. I hope he cuts spending, but I stopped dreaming for that a long time ago.
Confident, has less fucks to give, is more empowered, and honestly seems more organized.
Sounds fucking rad, dude.
Project 2025, which is truly horrific in terms of its goals, points to all of that. So please, do what you can.
Okay.
Because we will live to regret it if we don't. We have 2 weeks.
Okay.
We will live to regret it if we don't. Even the people voting for him will live to regret it.
Yeah, you're going to regret it.
And
come in for a landing, Billy.
That's it. Thank you for listening.
No problem. Didn't say the R word enough for my taste. Could have used one more R wordist in there, but, look, I'm not, what am I, a fucking program director? All right, a lot of people want in. Let's go to Coyote NV with $4.99. He says, Rumble Fetish Friday? What? You guys always pick the clips on Rumble Friday. You guys surprise me. Tim says, one more, Aaron. I watch every show and never give. So here you go. Well, Tim, I just appreciate you subscribing to the channel, hitting like, and enjoying the show. If once in a while you want to throw a couple bucks our way, that's awesome, buddy. Thank you. Mr. Me gifting a membership. Wow, thank you. Steve C with $2. Aaron Sleep Jerks, dreaming of drinking man stuff. That's actionable. That's actionable. $4.99 from Coyote says abort the willing. That got fucking dark. CSE gifting 5 memberships. Wow. And Funeral Director with $2 says, why did Kamala men sound like sassy divas? Well, because they're sassy divas. Oh, man. 30. That's $30 coming in for the goal. Thank you very much. 80. We're only $80 away from knocking out tonight. You guys are the best, man. Rally up. 25 minutes to knock out the last 80. Thanks, pals. The Grand Poobah with $2 over on Rumble says, you don't suppose this guy realizes most of this country would vote for John Wayne Gacy if his economic and border policy was agreeable to them right now. Right, like, you keep trying to guilt us with this, he's a fucking monster, and he's a piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah. What's the tax rate going to be? Do you have no morals? No, not really. Why? I'm sorry, but it's going to take a lot more than Billy Eichner fucking crying in the breast milk to get me to vote for that fucking disaster heap of a would-be president. Oh my God. This is did we really need to know this? I thought this was already known. New York Post is reporting Facebook execs suppressed Hunter Biden laptop scandal in order to curry favor with Biden-Harris administration. I kind of thought we knew that already. All right. Cool. There's another thing. Okay, here we go. This is the story I think that I was talking about. Oh, fuck. Well, this election just got more complicated. Guys, we're $80 away from tonight's goal. We're very close. PayPal, Streamlabs, Venmo, Super Chats. If you want to chip in, go ahead and do that. It's, knock on wood, it's been a smooth night tonight, man. Thank you very, very much. There's all the links there in the chat. Let me play this one for you. This has to do with the voting machines. I just saw this now.
Been issues with the programming of the VATs with specifically
Yes.
from Dominion. Why was that only caught in the past few days, and why can't it be fixed? I saw the release.
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals in the counties that use them. And the voter access terminals, of course, not all the machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's, again, affected the machines nationwide. And I think all of us that use Dominion machines were unhappy to learn about this during the testing period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to seek accountability.
Whoa. Go back. Early voting's already started, and it's been passed through these fucking machines, and you're having this dude, they're setting it up already.
Been issues with the programming of the VATs with specifically
Yes.
from Dominion. Why was that only caught in the past few days, and why can't it be fixed? I saw
Because they only wanted to catch it now because it's too late to fix it.
the release.
Yeah, this is a nationwide issue with Dominion voter access terminals in the counties that use them. And the voter access terminals, of course, not all the machines, just the ones that are accessible, have an issue with the straight party voting and a programming issue that's, again, affected the machines nationwide. And
Why don't we do it the way we do it in Minnesota everywhere? You get a paper ballot. You get a fucking Sharpie. There's there's a circle next to your candidate. You fill in the circle, and then you put it through a scan machine, and it tabulates your votes. Why are we using these fucking voting machines that are having these issues with straight line party voting?
I think all of us.
I guarantee if you try to do straight line Republican voting, it like switches your Trump vote to Kamala. Now, see, this is how they make me a conspiracy theorist.
That use Dominion machines were unhappy to learn about this during the testing period and as early voting began. So we're working with Dominion to.
But here's the problem: like Fox News, the only news station that would be critical of shit like this, just settled a lawsuit with Dominion and paid them a fuckload of money. And you think they're going to be critical of Dominion after that? No way. This is going to go right under the radar until all of us sound crazy after the election for talking about this.
Seek accountability on that front, and also are working with our clerks to ensure voters are aware.
You're going to work with your clerks, but they're not even supposed to be here today.
Of this programming issue that will require them to ensure they are voting every section on the ballot.
Do you think it's a bigger issue in Michigan because we do allow voters to cross over in ways that a lot of other states don't?
This is in Michigan. This is in like one of the most hotly contested swing states that Trump's been pulling ahead in. And just all of a sudden today, we find out that, wouldn't you know it, our Dominion voting machines that Trump was shit-talking last election don't seem to be working right. Huh. Weird. I wonder with this glitch they're talking about, who benefits from it. They haven't told me yet.
Because we have straight party. It's not struck me as I've talked to my other colleagues in other states. They're just as upset about it as we are. So
you seem upset. You seem really upset with that giggle, that laugh. That's a really upset laugh. She's mad, you guys.
Yeah, or surprised, I think. Yeah.
Well, this election is going to be way more fun than I thought it would be. Not in a good way. Did you see that Trump was making a speech tonight in a garbage outfit, like a garbage man outfit? Not like an outfit made of garbage, although that would be fucking cool. Yeah, Trump came out in dressed as a garbage. Hey, you're going to get us fucking popped again. Hey.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Fucking came out. He came out in a suit and tie and a garbage man vest. He's fucking like, is he running for president or to replace Mike Rowe? Like, he's done McDonald's. He's a garbage man. He's gonna work at a nuclear reactor tomorrow. This is getting weird. This fucking cabaret dress up presidency we're gearing up for. Tomorrow, I want to be a fireman.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage.
Oh, he's shitting on. Yep, he's giving it to Joe Biden. Joe Biden called a shitload of people garbage today. I really do think that Joe Biden is trying to tank this thing for Kamala. I think that he's trying to tank this thing for Kamala because they staged a coup, they kicked him out of there, and now he's pissed. And I think he's trying to stick it to him. I really do. Cheeseburger Spy with $2 says it's almost like a pillow guy was warning us. All right, but Mike Lindell always came off as a fucking nut bar. It would have been nice if somebody else could have delivered that message rather than the crackhead pillow guy. The next time you pick a human shield, you're better not to pick a 2-bit Negro crackhead. I mean, I'm sorry, but Mike Lindell just sounds batshit when he talks. That's not our fault. Los Teos Synthesizer says Minnesota has the same VATs machines. What? No, I thought they were talking about like touchscreen voting and shit like that. I thought that's what the Dominion machines are. No. Cocktiff says, I heard they found 40,000 mail-in votes in boxes at the University of Wisconsin. Wouldn't surprise me, dude. Would not surprise me. I don't have the energy for a big fucking drawn out I don't want to do 2020 again. I'd rather do 2016 and like an election that wraps up in the middle of the night and it's over with. That would be good. Coyote with $4.99 says Kamala Montel tape coming out. Oh no. Not a Kamala Montel tape. Damn your eyes, man. Damn your eyes. $75 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much. Loaded Wrench becoming a Steel Toe Bro for his 25th month. Says, don't forget, the VP certifies the winner. Yeah, all that shit talk about Trump and, will he step aside if he loses? Well, Kamala, are you gonna confirm the election when it's handed to you? Has she had to answer that yet, or do they just get to pick on Trump with that? Just wondering. All right, guys, let's rally up for $75 in the next 15 minutes. Very doable the way we've been doing it tonight. Thank you guys for the way you've done this. It's been, I don't mean to say, like easy, but this has been a fun show. And I was a little out of sorts before the show tonight. I got a lot of really good news and then a lot of fucking weird news. None of it I can talk about. All of it just kind of stuck in the back of my head, but it had me really kind of out of sorts at the beginning of the show, but you guys have made it easy. Chad Buzamok says, how many dog treats will you eat for $75? Oh, you're right, Chad. I should fucking shut up and stop talking about it. Oh, also, Matt gets everything over the goal tonight. So we're giving you, somebody said in the chat, they're like, give Matt more money. Give Matt more money. Let's add to his severance package. And I said, all right, if you guys go over, we'll add it to Matt's total. How's that sound? We also started tonight by letting you know the morning show goals will from now on be $50 lower. That's awesome. That's a great start. And I hope to drop those goals even more in the future. So throw in a few bucks. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, Rumble Rants, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. We're only $75 away, and we got about 15 minutes to knock it out. Did you see what the Chinese are doing? Because apparently their population is cratering. Like they've got too many old people and not enough young people having babies. And it's not like in America where they just go, oh, well, we'll move a bunch of Mexicans in, In China, it's a communist government. So they get to just go, they get to basically tell their women, hey, go fuck that guy and have some kids. Now the Chinese government is calling women to try to convince them to have babies. Like how during the election season, you get those shitty robocalls trying to convince you to vote for a certain candidate. Yeah. In China, they're trying to convince you to take a load deep in your snatch and just hold it there for a while, till you can conceive. They're asking, they call you up and they go, no a swallow tonight. You take a cream pie. Sorry, guys, I can only do Japanese. I know that's remarkably racist, but, tomato, tomato. Am I right? That you say that to a Japanese person and a Chinese person, they agree. You're like, Japanese, Chinese, you guys are all the same, right? They go, oh, yes, very, very, very much the same person. I don't know why we're still on the phone. That's how we're communicating. We have to communicate across the sea of Japan. You take a dick deep down in the pussy and you leave it there. And you let rags wrap around his waist and you make him make a baby. They get to do in China. You just get to call women and go, take a load. If you think the cradling, if you think the cratering fertility rates of Western Europe and North America are bad, well, they are. But it's not as desperate as what's coming out of China. One woman said, I got a call from a grassroots worker this morning asking if I was pregnant. It was liked the post was liked 11,000 times and received thousands of comments and was just one of multiple accounts describing similar situations. Chinese women shared that they received bizarre phone calls from supposed government workers asking about family planning and pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of communism, right? You don't have to respect anybody's individual freedom or privacy, so you can just call them up at all hours of the night because you got a wild hair up your ass and go, so you knocked up? Like, in America, that's like you get a sexual harassment lawsuit over that shit. In China, it's just, well, it's our government checking up on us, just making sure we're behaving, doing our jobs. It's just... Dead Game says, white baby revival. Let's fucking go. I don't know, man. I don't know about that white baby revival. I think I think in like 300-400 years, we're all going to end up some weird kind of off-white color, Like it's all just going to kind of mix in, if you will. Gray Duckling with $5 says, just for that accent. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. $70 away from tonight's goal. Keep her going. Let's finish it off. Thomas Michael says, Matt was the heart of this show. It almost isn't even worth trolling anymore. Shake them tits, Aaron. Nope. See, it just isn't as good. Oh, no. We've bummed Thomas Michael out. He made an Aaron has tits joke and his heart just wasn't in it, and it made him sad. I didn't think that was going to make me feel bad, but it does. It's very unfortunate. Oh, my God. $70 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much, and thank you to Coyote and many others for throwing in a very generous amount of money this evening. Thanks again. Breaking news. We got more Hunter Biden laptop news. So a couple of, I think, FBI guys were interviewed. IRS. They were IRS guys. IRS whistleblowers involved in the Hunter Biden tax case have revealed that the IRS, the Department of Justice, and the FBI all knew the laptop was real immediately and claimed that prosecutors demanded they not ask questions about Joe Biden ahead of the 2020 election. See, when the media tells you there was no election interference and they're like, nobody's provided any evidence that there's been election interference. It hasn't been proven. And it's like, well, that's for two reasons. The first reason is you won't let anybody provide proof because the courts keep shooting down the case before they can even hear it. And then second of all, it's because whenever we come to you with something and we say, well, here's proof that the election was fucked with, you go, oh, that's not what we're talking about. Well, if you get to set up the rules, then you're never going to get to prove it. Like if you go, hey, show me where election interference happened. It's like, well, the IRS and the FBI and the DOJ and all these other people knew that the Hunter Biden laptop was real. They were made not to ask questions. And people were instructed to believe that it was Russian misinformation and that it couldn't be verified. when that was a fucking lie. They knew the whole time that it was real. That cost Donald Trump votes. If that would have come out a month before the election, it would have swayed a lot of people in a lot of places. Some polls have said as many as 2 million votes would have been swayed or something like that. And I mean, he lost by what? Like when you look at the Electoral College in the states he lost in, it was like he needed 30,000 votes in different areas, and he would have ended up being president. So, I mean, you can't say that there's no proof of election interference when the fucking FBI, DOJ, and IRS all say that, that laptop was real, but yet you could get banned from Twitter and Facebook in 2020 for talking about it. I mean, those are contradictory statements. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan, always keeps me in line. He always checks me on this shit. He said, am I losing my mind, or was Trump not in charge of the country while this laptop thing was happening? He wasn't in charge of the laptop, though. This actually kind of confirms his deep state theory, because the IRS, FBI, DOJ, they were all in charge of it. So I feel like there was maybe nothing he could do. But I do admit I could be completely full of shit on that one. I could just not know what I'm talking about. Well, guys, I've got a great idea. We've got about 4 stories left, which is we might be able to get all of those in for overtime tonight. And all we have to do is get inside of $50 of tonight's goal, and we can do it. Right now, we are $70 away. It's actually a really short goal at this point, and every dollar we go over that number, we give to Matt, and we add it on to that severance package. So, if you want to throw in a couple of bucks, we got 5.5 minutes. You guys have been incredible tonight. It's been a very good night for the toe. Let's see if we can't bring the damn thing in for a landing and make it a perfect week, because quite frankly, the evening show has carried the week for this program. Now, the morning show did come up big today. They did a great job. They were awesome, but the evening show has really been there. So let's see if we can do it. We are officially have 5 minutes on the clock. The links are all in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Venmo, Rumble Rants. Oh, look at that. The parade has already begun. The rally has already begun. Coyote NV with $4.99 says, I heard one day the sun will burn out. Party on. It will. God, would you want to be here for? I feel like I'd want to be here for that one. But I know we'll all be gone. Like, the planet will be unlivable. And we'll all have killed each other by the time the sun burns out. Because that's what they measure that one in the billions, right? That's billions of years away. Yeah, so we're not. Call me crazy. I don't think we're going to make it. Thank you very much to Adam Simon for gifting a membership. I believe he's got a steel toe wallet on the way. Heading right to him. Coming at yeah. $65 away from putting this goal down for the week here on Steel Toe. Mr. Me gifting a membership. Thank you, Mr. Me. That's very kind of you. 65 away and 4 minutes left until we reach the end of regulation. Thank you, Mr. Me, for that one gifted membership. Again, all the links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo, Rumble Rants. $20 from Biden Crime Family says, can I get my wrench back now, boss? Absolutely. People are still losing their wrenches, by the way. That really sucks, but some people are still losing their wrenches. They're getting fucked with a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Red Fox Matt is so mad at me. He's like, I'm not giving a fucking dime till you figure that shit out. Believe me, I'm trying. Helgi with a gifted membership. Thank you very much to Helgi. Hey, guys, that puts us at $45 away, so no matter what, you guys are getting overtime. Thank you so much. And now we're what, $45 away? And we got 3 minutes left in regulation. So you guys can knock out the 45 in regulation, and then everything else after that in overtime can go to Matt. Thank you guys so much for that. All the links are in the chat. If you'd like to contribute, you guys have fucking killed it tonight. I am fucking really, like, impressed that it was like an all hands on deck approach. Rusty Grammer says, I lose my YouTube wrench daily. I don't care anymore. The chat is a cancer of society and should be sent to the ovens. I like the YouTube chat. I just have the fan funding part up, and it's very colorful. You would love the pretty colors in the part of the YouTube chat that I look at. All right, guys, 2-minute warning. $45 away from tonight. We are inside of 50, so we will be doing overtime. Let's just knock out that last pesky $45, and we'll call this another win for the toe. As a matter of fact, it will be the final win for the toe. And we got a lot of, oh, yeah, that's right. We got the McFlurry machines are never going to be broken down again when you go to McDonald's. We got that update coming. J.D. Vance going on. J.D. Vance stood up for Tony Hinchcliffe today. Tim Walz is still gay. And Russia fined Google $2 decillion. I don't even know how much that is. Fuckload of zeros. Funeral director with $2 says, great show. How much is Matt getting so far? Nothing yet. We're still $45 away from knocking out tonight's goal. But the way this audience has been going, even if it happens during overtime, I feel like they're going to get it done. For sure. Thank you guys very much. Keep her going for the next 1 minute. We got 60 seconds. Let's knock out our final 40 and then get on with it. Doom Clone, you are being very, very mean tonight. Oh my goodness. I swear to God, I didn't fuck that guy's wife. You would think I did based on his erratic behavior, but I swear to God, I haven't gone anywhere near his family members. I promise. Bridget Von Hammerdiff with $2 says, here, Matt, Aaron, where's my wrench? Doom Clone says, LOL, that was funny. Because I'm a funny guy, Doom Clone. I'm a funny guy. When are you going to remember? And by the way, Doom Clone, why do you need to keep making so many accounts? I don't think you're banned. You shouldn't be. So why do you need to make so many? Is it like an exercise thing? I'm not really sure. All right, guys. Looks like we're not going to knock out that 45 in regulation, but keep it coming, and we'll get it taken care of in the next half hour here. Thank you very, very much. $45 away from our goal tonight. $45 from perfection on the evening shows, and anything over that 45 goes right into the pocket of the lovely and talented Matt. Thomas Michael, our buddy, says Aaron loves banning people. I don't. I hate it. I don't like to. The only rule I have is just don't spam. Don't just fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, we get it. There are ways to hate me that are perfectly acceptable. But, doing it over and over and over and over again, I mean, it's a little, I mean, I'm not going to lie, between you and me, it looks a little crazy. That's all. Coyote with $19.99. Thank you very much, Coyote. That means we're only $30 away for this evening. Thank you very much. Doom Clone says, oh, cool. I like to keep it fresh, I just assume I'm banned and then I make another. Fair enough. I get it. I understand. I like that Doom's relationship, Doom and I's relationship went from remarkably contentious and I thought he was a pain in the ass fucking retard asshole to still a pain in the ass retard asshole, but like a guy I can fuck with and he can fuck back a little. Not fuck back. I don't mean like it. He pushes back. Not pushes back. You understand. It's like a see you tomorrow, Frank. See you tomorrow, Ralph. That kind of a thing. That's all. Chad Buzamok says every time Aaron goes upstairs from playing radio, there's definitely a Gordy shit waiting for him. No, Gordy's a good boy. Gordy doesn't shit. I let him out before the show. I let him out after the show. One of those is typically a shit, and we're good. Chihuahuas don't shit that much. Chihuahuas usually shit about once a day, sometimes twice a day. They're not real shitting dogs. Oh, Jesus. The Rumble chat's getting fucking chippy. I just saw an N-word. Not like a black person. I meant like the N-word. Doom Clone says, Aaron, why did you make this gay? I didn't mean to. Isn't that the worst part? Like, it would almost be better if I intentionally made it gay, but I didn't. It just, I was just being, it just turned gay. That's all. Hey, who just fucked with numero uno Josh Denny fan? I hope you didn't ban him. That's not very nice. You're working against me on that one. I'm trying to give this big speech about how I didn't ban anyone. Now you guys are... It's open mutiny here on Steel Toe. All right, guys, you take care of that last 30. We'll take care of doing a show. All right, see, this is why I can't hate Doom Clone anymore. He's just fucking funny. He really is. Like, Doom Clone's just a funny guy, and that joke was unfortunately really good. Sam Show says it doesn't just turn gay. You find yourself in this situation all the time because you're a fag. I had to say it the way he wrote it. It's important. JD Vance is standing up for Tony Hinchcliffe. I kind of like that. And dude, I know so many people have shit on me for not shitting on Tony Hinchcliffe. But again, there have been times where I found him funny, like on roasts and stuff. And there's times where I thought he was just kind of a little cunt. You know, like on that Kill Tony show. Sometimes I get the vibe from Kill Tony. I'll give the Tony Hinchcliffe haters this. They'll be happy to hear me say this. Sometimes I get the vibe from that show that Tony, like, he kind of gets off on hiding behind bigger comics to bully these open micers. Like, he'll bring a big name comic on, and the big name comic will kind of poke at the open micer, and he'll be like, ha, right? Yeah, you suck. And it's like, dude. I mean, if you want to shit on the guy, shit on the guy. Don't just piggyback off the big name you brought in. That's really the only... And sometimes he's a little try-hard. Other than that, I really don't have too much negative to say about the guy. When I like him, I like him. When I don't, I don't. But there's a lot of people out there who just, boy, do they fucking hate Tony Hinchcliffe. I mean, again, like really super dislike the dude. Numero uno Josh Denny fans always there to tell me, can Aaron just admit he barely knows anything about Tony and therefore has no clue why people hate him? But it's very possible they have valid points for doing it. No. They have valid points for not thinking he's a good comic and not liking him. I'm just saying, like, the vitriolic hatred, I'm not saying you can't have it. I'm saying it feels wasted, you know? Like, it's not even an insult to you. I'm saying, like, Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't seem worth it. If that, like, your hate belongs in a better place, I guess. Let's knock out that last $30, and I will give you a sneak peek. I'll show you what the the Halloween costume is for tomorrow. Let's knock out that last 30 and call it another win for the Toe. So what did JD have to say about this whole thing? He said Monday that he doesn't believe Trump rally comedian Tony Hinchcliffe's racist joke about Puerto Rico will stop people from voting for the Republican presidential ticket. Hinchcliffe's likening of Puerto Rico to a, quote, floating island of garbage. I still laugh at the phrase. At former President Trump's New York rally Sunday drew widespread criticism, including from Republican lawmakers, and the GOP presidential nominee's representative said it does not reflect his views or those of the campaign. So J.D. Vance was asked about it in Wisconsin yesterday. And at the rally, J.D. Vance said the Madison Square Garden crowd event had been a celebration of America and a lot of fun, as he accused Vice President Kamala Harris and her team of comparing us to literal Nazis. Well, now, I mean, wait a minute. In fairness, the only reason he's saying that Kamala Harris compared them to literal Nazis is simply because, well, Kamala Harris compared them all to literal Nazis. I mean, that is, I know we're never putting the Nazi genie back in the bottle, and a lot of you just cheered. But I really wish we could put that one back, because it's a little fucked up how easy like Nazi and Hitler comes out of our mouth just as a shorthand for people we disagree with. I feel like that really drags like the quality of the country down quite a bit. It's like these other candidates are going to burn down the discourse just to see if they can be, as they say, king of the ashes. I really don't like it. A reporter asked Vance at the rally whether speakers telling racist jokes at Madison Square Garden and calling Harris the Antichrist was the right tone as the 2024 race nears its end. I mean, okay, fair question. You can ask a guy, hey, do you think calling someone the Antichrist and telling racist jokes is a good look? Well, maybe not the best. J.D. Vance said, I've heard about the joke. I haven't actually seen the joke that you mentioned, but I think that it's telling that Kamala Harris's closing message is essentially that all of Donald Trump's voters are Nazis, and you should get really pissed off about a comedian telling a joke, said Vance. Well, I mean, now J.D. Vance is kind of doing that thing that the media does. He's taking one guy's joke and extrapolating it out to things that weren't necessarily involved. Because, like, now he's going, oh, so one comedian tells a joke and now all of our followers are Nazis? No, that's not what they're saying. But on the other hand, Democrats are saying Tony Hinchcliffe told a joke. That means Trump made the joke, and that's not fair either. You know, the truth always lies. There's three sides, their side, your side, and the truth. You know? But it is nice that J.D. Vance isn't, like, totally throwing Hinchcliffe under the bus because, like, your campaign did book him. Like, you should have done your homework. You shouldn't be able to claim ignorance on something like this. Front Porch Conservative with $10 says, okay, y'all, let's bring this train into the station and in doing so get another win for the toe. Thank you, buddy. $20 away from tonight. Thank you very, very much. Only $20 to go. I think it can be done. You know what? I want to hear Doom's opinion on Tony Hinchcliffe. I mean that. I want to hear Doom's opinion. Quit laughing. Doom Clone says Tony is good at Kill Tony, but he fucking stinks in general. You didn't think that the Tom Brady roast thing was good? See, I thought that was solid. I know I'm talking to a lot of people who may not be Tony Hinchcliffe guys. And again, I have nothing vested in the guy. I don't give a shit if people like him or don't. But I'm a little confused because I really liked his performance at the Brady roast. And not a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, no, it was really good. Mad Joe with $2.99 says, Tony's joke was not fit for the purpose. Yeah, it wasn't. I'll agree with that part. You don't fucking tell that joke in a political setting. It's going to bomb every single time. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan says, Red Band created Kill Tony. He did, didn't he? Brian Redband created that. Is he still there? Because, again, I don't watch Kill Tony. But is he still a part of that? Doom Clone says the Tom Brady thing was fine, but have you seen him interviewed? I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like Tony Hinchcliffe on Rogan's show when Rogan has the wrestlers on. I understand that Rogan's like, well, I want Tony in there because Tony's a big wrestling guy. But, like, fuck him. Like, I just want to hear Joe Rogan talk to The Undertaker about shit. Like, I'd rather listen to an interviewer who doesn't know a lot about The Undertaker because he'll be genuinely curious. I don't want to hear Tony Hinchcliffe go, oh, and yo, Tombstone, Jake the Snake Roberts, did you, like, come in your pants? Because that was cool. I don't fucking... Let Joe Rogan ask him questions like, hey, wrestling is fucking crazy. Like, what kind of pounding does it, take on your body? And then The Undertaker starts talking about, like, oh, I've had 9,000 surgeries, 18,000 in one hand and 4,000 in my back and 9,024 in my knee. And, like, all wrestlers' stories are insane, too. They're like, well, only between the hours of 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. can I walk. Otherwise, I have to lay in a kind of a vertical bed with ice on my knees or my knee joints just seize up. Like, it's just, I need an oil can and I need to carry around. Otherwise, my elbows won't bend without clicking terribly. It's just you think about, like, pro wrestling and what they do. And then you talk to the guys who are in their 50s who just retired 2 years ago. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, you can't fucking walk, dude. Have you ever seen that documentary Oh shit, you guys know the one I'm talking about with like Jake the Snake Roberts, Coco Beware, Terry Funk, not under the mat. Beyond the Mat, I think is the name of the documentary I'm thinking of. And thank you, Taste Fairy, Beyond the Mat. They have Terry Funk on there, who was a famous wrestler in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And he's sitting in the doctor's office. And the doctor is checking out x-rays of Terry Funk's knees. And he goes, you have no cartilage in between your knees. Like, it's just bone on bone in your knees. And Terry Funk goes, doctor, how long should I be able to get around comfortably? And the doctor goes, well, really, you shouldn't be getting around comfortably right now. Like, you should be in constant pain all the time. They really are just built different, these fucking pro wrestlers. All right, gay, wrestling's gay, wrestling sucks. I'm sorry, I apologize. Now I'm being Tony Hinchcliffe. Which, by the way, a lot of the listeners are saying the thing they don't like about Tony Hinchcliffe, they say he has an ego. They say his ego is out of control. Okay, well, that makes sense. He can be kind of cunty. Now, you know what? You guys are actually now starting to sell me on Tony Hinchcliffe sucks now. But, okay, but even if you do, I can't find it in myself to dig up the energy to hate him. I could just be like, well, he kind of sucks. He's shit. That wasn't good. And then I just kind of move on. We're only $20 away from hammering out tonight and calling it a perfect week of evening shows for the toe. Also, if you throw in something nice, Matt gets everything over $20. So let's see if we can't do that $5 at a time and knock out that last 20, guys. Thank you very much. I don't know if you saw this. I don't know how you go collecting on something like this, but that is not a copy-paste misprint. A Russian court has fined Google, and I had to look up what this number was, 20 decillion or decillion, whatever it is, dollars. I know we have really bad inflation right now, but I'm going to guess that Google can't swing that. A Russian court has ruled that Google owes Russian media stations around $20 decillion in fines for blocking their content. And the fines could get bigger. You know, fining someone $20 decillion, you might as well fine them infinity dollars. You're never going to see a dime of it. To put that into perspective, the World Bank estimates that global GDP is $100 trillion, which is peanuts compared to the fine. Even Google has posts $88 billion in quarterly revenue. So even if you were to take every dime they made, you would end up with about $360 billion. And that's going to come just a cunt hair short of 20 decillion. You think that it seems like the Russians are getting a little fucking annoyed with all of this Ukraine shit. they're just kind of sticking it to Google. I've always wondered, like, what's been stopping Russia from just rolling like the best of their best through Ukraine and just taking everything? It seems weird to me. Like, and I hate to say this, I hate to even hint at such a thing, but it seems like maybe we're not being told the whole truth about what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, because they sure are taking their sweet ass time. You know? Taste Fairy Ialto says, yeah, but Aaron, that's rubles, so it's actually like $130. Oh. Wow. See, I didn't know that was only $130. I had no idea. I didn't do the, what do you call it? The currency exchange rate. Sorry about that. Hey, a lot of you in the audience are big and fat, right? And you like ice cream and can't control yourselves. I'm projecting now. You know how you go to McDonald's and the fucking McFlurry machine is always broken? And you go to yourself and you go, this was terrible judgment on my part. You go get a Blizzard at Dairy Queen. Well, apparently there's been a reason as to why. Like, they're not just making it up. You always think that, like, the employees are lazy bags of shit. That's apparently not the case. There's a trademark in place that doesn't allow McDonald's employees to repair the machines. They can't go in there and touch the machines. The company that owns the copyright on the machines has to bring someone out to fix it. Well, not anymore. Consumer advocacy group Public Knowledge hailed a decision by the U.S. Copyright Office to grant an exemption specifically allowing for repair of retail-level food preparation equipment, including soft-serve ice cream machines similar to those available at McDonald's. The group, which teamed with iFixit to request the exemption last year, said that the government ruling will free the McFlurry and will allow franchise owners and independent repair shops and anyone else to go in and fix the machines. The change should... I'm not reading this. I refuse to read. If I read this, I'm going to lose a lot of respect. You know what? I don't get a lot of respect. So you know what? I'll fucking read the thing. But I'll read it with shame. The change itself should spark a flurry of third-party repair activity and enable businesses to better serve their customers. I feel bad. I didn't know that this was all like some kind of strange copyright thing. I always just thought that McDonald's employees were lazy dicks. I always thought that the machine was broken because like shakes and stuff are always the hardest thing to make at like a restaurant or whatever. Like when I was a server and someone said, I'll take a chocolate shake. You just wanted to smash a glass in that fat lady's face for wanting one. Even though you signed up to do the job and you really shouldn't have any objection, you still hated that fat porker for having dairy. The audacity of her to maybe break your booth. And it made you mad. It's probably where I picked up a bias against the morbidly obese. It might come from the server's job because they would order shakes and they would be really fat. And I thought, how fucking dare you? But the McDonald's thing, apparently the employees are not lazy cunts. They're just literally not allowed to fix them. Although our audience doesn't seem totally convinced, Sam Show says, I still call bullshit. They always said the machine needed cleaning, and they just didn't want to do it. I don't know. I tend to believe them now. So now when a McDonald's employee tells me that the ice cream machine is down, I'll know they're just being lazy cunts, says Grand Poobah. Yeah, now, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Now, if they say the ice cream machine is broken, then you can call them a lazy cunt unless you can look in there and see them working on it. You're right. Now, we're kind of at that point now, where now you can't get away with that shit. Helgi says, hey you, devil's little sister, listening to your game of Twisted Twister. All I want to do is knock out that $20 and go to SP's house. That's all I want to do. She stayed here last night, so I stay over there tonight. You know? I gotta switch it up. You know? Not like that. But I want to knock out that last $20, call it another win for the toe, have a successful week of evening shows, big time, huge successful week of evening shows. And then just then go hang out with my lady. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says it's always weird when fats like you hate on fats. 222 this morning. I'm 7 pounds away from fighting weight. I'll get there. Mind your own fucking business. I'm going to be fine. I bought queso today and I didn't break it open and eat any. Doom Clone making up disgusting rumors saying Aaron's Milkers are responsible for 70% of the ice cream in Minnesota. See, this is how hateful bullying rumors get started. It's stuff like that. And, you guys see me doing a show and everything, and you go, he can take it easy, but you don't understand that it hurts. It really does. Fucking hurts, you guys. Stings. Thank you very much to Coyote NV with another $4.99. says, come on, this stolen World War II gold can't last me forever. All right, there you go, buddy. $15 away from today. Let's do it. Let's get it done. We're only $15 away. We need a couple more $5 drops, and we're going to be all right. The Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo links are in the chat. We've only got 8 minutes left to go, but we also only have $15 left. So if you're feeling like dropping in, it's going to take less than a handful of you to take this thing down. Did you hear that New York City made jaywalking legal? Do you understand what a fucking nightmare that's going to be? I guess it's kind of unenforceable now with how many people are in the city, but like just encouraging, like, yeah, go ahead, cross the fucking street whenever you walk or whenever you want. Like, it's not bad enough for cabs and commuters in New York City. Now you're just going to have to be like people slaloming all the time. Legislation passed by the city last month officially became law over the weekend after Eric Adams, the mayor, declined to take action either by signing it or vetoing it after 30 days. Well, he was probably worried if he signed it or vetoed it, they'd charge him with a felony. Councilmember Mercedes Narcisse, a Brooklyn Democrat who sponsored the legislation, said on Tuesday that the new law ends racial disparities in enforcement, noting that more than 90% of the jaywalking tickets issued that last year. Oh, here you go. I should have known. I was like, why the hell are they legalizing jaywalking all of a sudden? Why is jaywalking now all of a sudden a priority in New York City? 90% of the jaywalking tickets in New York went to Black and Latino people. Okay. So jaywalking is racist now, so you just got to let everybody do it. Boy, that is such a modern day New York City thing to do. Hey, we've got a really serious problem. What should we do? Pick a thing that's not a problem and do something so it makes us look like we're being proactive. Yeah, we'll do that again. Fucking. So everyone can now cross the street whenever they goddamn well please in New York City, and I'm sure that's not going to gridlock things at all. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left. And we, boy, you guys, we got right up to that finish line tonight. We are right knocking at the end of it. Throw in that last 15 and let's call it a victory. I know 15 isn't like a big miss or anything. I get that. I understand. But optically, it looks good if we knock out that last $15 and call it another win for the toe. About $5 to do it. Maybe we can make Matt a little money too. Who knows? $15 left. Throw in your 5s, throw in your 10s, throw in your 20s, whatever, and let's get this thing done. It was effortless. There was very little asking for money tonight until the very end. So let's just see if we can get that last pesky $15 down the drain, and then we'll wrap things up for tonight. Chad Buzamak says, eat a dog treat. I was not paid to eat a dog treat. What happened was someone said, if I gave you $200, would you put a treat in your mouth and let your dog eat it? I'm like, dude, I'm a dog owner. I'd do that for free. That's just a silly little thing. So he gave us $200, and I'm like, well, here you go, Gord. And then I'm like, give the guy something for his money. So I took a little bite of it, and it was bleh. Never again. 37 years I've gone without trying a dog treat, and I'm hoping I can make it another 37. All right, kids, $15 away. Somebody be the cool guy and just let's call this thing. Let's get it done in the next 4 minutes and call it the final win for the toe here in the evening. All right. It's 15, and we've been sitting on it for about 20 minutes. I think you guys have got it. This is the last one for the evening. Just tip us out. It's kind of like working at a restaurant. Just tip us out, and let's call it. $5. Everybody throw in 5 right now. Just close your eyes. Well, unless you need to get the 3-digit number. Close your eyes. Throw in 5. Let's see how many people do it. Throw in 10. Throw in 15. Fuck it. Just get the whole thing done. We got this. 3 minutes to go. Front Porch Conservative with $5 says, here's my 5. There you go, guys. $10 away. It's a $10 goal. to make it a perfect round of evening shows for the toe. And we got it. Oh, someone says that I hope Scampoli is on tonight. It's one of his last show. Oh no, he's calling it quits. Shit. Does he have a cough due a cold? That's not good. I hope not. All right, guys, $10 away and 2.5 minutes to go. 10. You guys got this. Throw in the 10. Call it a win. Back up the trucks. Move it out. Tomorrow's Halloween. I got my costume ready. I'm excited. I think you guys, honestly, whether you like this show or you think I'm the biggest piece of shit who ever lived, I think you're going to like the costume. I really do. I think I kept it simple, and it's going to work. And it's a good reflection of 2024, I think. All right, guys. $10 away. Let's do this last $10. Doesn't really make a difference in the balance sheets, I know. But I want the perfection. I'm being a little picky here, I understand. $10 left. Tone Lope with $10 over on Rumble. Throw in a couple of ones to make up that last $2 that Rumble takes. Couple of $1 drops. And we got this thing taken care. I mean, technically we knocked it out. It's a win. You know what? Another win for the toe. There we go. We're not going to do that. Oh, no. Now, look, people are mad at Tone Lope. Oh, no. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at Tone. Tone's just being nice. Tone's just being a good guy. Thank you for the 10, buddy, and thank you for MSO says and a loss for Matt. Well, technically, people have 45 seconds to give Matt a little money. It's not Tone Lope? I thought it was like Tone Lope, but Tone Lope. Tonelope? Tonelope. 7. I don't fucking know. All right, 30 seconds left to give Matt some money. Otherwise, he made out with $200 last night, which is a pretty nice haul. 20 seconds left to give Matt a little money. Then we're heading out for tomorrow. Stay on a little longer for Matt. No. Chad Buzmak says, tell Matt I said check Venmo. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, guys. Take it easy. We will see you tomorrow morning. Happy Halloween, bright and early at 6 a.m. Bye.